Hi, everyone, and welcome to our information session for the S417 Interprofessional Complex and Long-Term Care Program. This is a brand new program at George Brown. It just launched in September 2020, and I'm really excited to share some of those details with you today. So my name is Allison Ross, and I am the Academic Program Coordinator, and I'll be guiding you through some of the important program information. So here are the topics we're going to be covering. We'll do an overview of the program, basically giving you an idea just what the program's all about. Then we'll discuss some of the basic information that you'll need to know and the requirements for admission. From there, we'll share some tips for how to be successful. We'll go over the courses, and we'll talk about some potential career options and other educational pathways available following the successful completion of the program. Okay, so let's get started. So starting off with some high-level information about the program. It's a 2-semester graduate certificate program, and each semester is 15 weeks, and the 8th week is reading week, or we call it intersession week. The objective of the program is to prepare you to work in interprofessional healthcare environments. So we'll talk about these different types of environments in just a few slides, but essentially, learners will be prepared to be excellent members of healthcare teams. So specifically, these healthcare teams will be professionals that care for clients in complex or long-term care settings. And these can be either in the institutional setting or in the home setting. But regardless of the context, we'll be focusing on client-centered approaches. So this entire program is delivered in an online format. And just to be clear, it was planned to be online pre-pandemic. The whole program was designed this way. And it's designed for the working professional who's seeking a career change or looking to build their expertise in complex and long-term care. One of the really exciting aspects of this program is the use of innovative virtual reality game-based technology that's designed to support you in your learning in realistic clinical situations. So through these simulations, you'll develop the critical skills that you need to make yourself an outstanding member of an interprofessional healthcare team. Another really exciting aspect of the program is the capstone field placement, which will take place in semester 2. So this field placement can be completed with an existing employer. So, if you're already working in a complex or long-term care environment. If you're not currently working in the sector, we will then arrange a long-term care experience within your own community. So now let's talk about some of the more specific things that you'll be learning about in the program. So as you can see on this slide, some of the key aspects of this specialized care include how to work effectively as a member of a team, an evidence-based approach to the planning and delivery of care that focuses on both the client and the family, common age-related changes that impact social, psychological, and biological functions, and the ability to assess and respond to a client's health condition as it changes over time. Okay, the next topic we're going to look at is just the basics of the program, a few important facts to note. So first, upon successful completion of this program, learners will have earned a graduate certificate. The program is full-time, it's fully online. In some cases, students may complete it part-time. As I mentioned earlier, it's a 2-semester program. Both semesters are 15 weeks long, and the 8th week is intersession week. The program will always start in September, and then semester 1 runs from September through December, and then semester 2 is January through April. So what do you need to be accepted into the program? So this program is intended for college and/or university graduates from any health sciences program, as well as people who are working as healthcare professionals who may not actually have the required academic credentials. So some typical professions might include personal support workers, registered practical nurses, registered nurses, social service workers, community workers, dental hygienists, activation coordinators, gerontologists, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll be required to include some documentation with your application. That would include the official transcripts and proof of your credential. And then if you don't have a credential and you're instead applying to the program based on your work experience, you'll need an endorsement, a specific portfolio, a resume, and references will be required. So there are also a few specific requirements for this program given the capstone field placement in semester 2. So these are the mandatory pre-placement requirements, which may take 10 to 12 weeks to complete, and these requirements must be submitted by the given deadline to paramed. So specifically, you'll need proof of medical records, so such as MMR, varicella, Hep B blood test, TB skin test, and so on. A clear police vulnerable sector check, and these must be renewed annually. A standard first aid certificate, and these must be renewed every 3 years. An annual flu shot, and a mask fit test renewed every 2 years. So these are all designed to protect clients and vulnerable populations that you'll be engaging with in your capstone field placement. These are mandatory requirements that if they're not completed, that would mean that you're not able to participate in the capstone field placement. And then in turn, that would affect your academic standing and then jeopardize your successful completion of the program. So in other words, it's just really, really important to get all this stuff done. Now let's move on and discuss all that's in place to support you in being successful in the interprofessional, complex, and long-term care program. So first we have our program hub on Blackboard. This is a space specific to our program where you can find all sorts of helpful resources and supports. So as the coordinator, I do manage this hub and I use it as a way to communicate with all of you. There's a discussion board there for you to chat with your colleagues, with myself. You can provide feedback and just everyone can get to know each other better. So you also have the opportunity to have one-on-one consultations with your faculty members and your coordinator. Each course is designed differently, but there are many in-class workshops. We have a lot of resources and supports to help you with the skills needed to be a successful student, like time management tools. We have worksheets, guides to professional success, and so on. And then just a few other things to note. It will certainly be to your advantage if you're comfortable and familiar with technology, if you have good time management and good study skills. So of course, these are things that we can work to develop further while you're in the program. And I think just most importantly, as the last point says, as your faculty, we are here to help you and guide you throughout the program. So reach out to us anytime. Let us know what's going on with you, what you need to do well, and really just how we can support you. Okay, so now let's get down into the semester details and talk about your courses. So as you know, all courses are entirely online, and as I said, this is regardless of the pandemic. The program was designed this way. In semester 2, 2 courses will be offered through Ryerson University. So this is an excellent opportunity because it will end up giving you the chance to apply for advanced standing based on these 2 university credits if you do choose to go on and further your education, perhaps like in a undergraduate degree program. So also classes may be scheduled anytime Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's important to note some courses will run asynchronously. What that means is that there's no official class time, and then other courses will run synchronously, meaning that there are scheduled class times. So really each faculty member will design their course and communicate that to you before the semester starts. So I know also that some faculty will actually make themselves available on the weekend to hold class sessions if that's what works best for students and their work schedules. So all of that would be decided together with the students and the teacher at the beginning of each semester. So here we have your semester 1 courses: Introduction to Gerontology, Introduction to Interprofessional Education and Care, Responsiveness to Adults with Frailty, Long-Term Care, and Communications. And I actually typically teach the communications course, so that's a lot of fun, and it gives me the opportunity to interact with you and just connect with you more as your coordinator. And then in semester 2, we have these courses, and you'll note that the first 2 are in a different color, and that's just to emphasize that these are the 2 courses offered at Ryerson University. So that's Gerontology, Critical Issues and Future Trends, and Teamwork and Community Services. So at the end of this semester 1, we'll work together to get you registered in those courses, get you connected with the Ryerson program coordinator to ensure a smooth transition to the Ryerson learning environment. Then the remaining 3 courses, these are offered through George Brown. So that's the Coordination of Dementia Care, Complex and Long-Term Care, and the Capstone Field Placement. So what's really great about the way this program has been designed is a game-based virtual learning environment really prepares you for your field placement experience. And as I mentioned before, the capstone field placement can be completed either with your existing employer, or if you're not working in the sector, we will arrange a placement opportunity in your community through our clinical placement office. Now, obviously, given the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic, we had to come up with alternative arrangements for the field placement experience this year. So an incredible faculty member who runs this course, it's Loretta McCormick. She designed a very cool virtual placement that highlights the role of the interprofessional team in providing complex care to seniors in long-term care. So the focus of these virtual placements has been on quality improvement and clinical practice. So essentially, students are introduced to quality improvement and facilitate the development of a brief clinical practice improvement proposal. So once you successfully complete the program, what might your career look like? Well, at a high level, you'll be well positioned to work as a coordinator or a manager in healthcare facilities that use an interprofessional approach. And then specifically, you could pursue a career in many different types of practice settings, including, as it says on this slide, long-term care homes, retirement homes, complex continuing care, rehabilitation, home health services and home health visiting services, hospitals, senior day services, and other healthcare facilities as well. And lastly, as I touched on briefly before, the Interprofessional Complex and Long-Term Care Program sets you up for opportunities to pursue additional education. So these could be certificate and diploma programs, but you'll also have important transferable skills and credits, like from those 2 Ryerson courses, that can be used toward degree programs. So for example, baccalaureate degrees in nursing or health sciences management or gerontology. So that's everything about the program. If you're interested in applying, you can do so at ontariocolleges.ca. And if you'd like to learn more about the program, so I hope you found this this brief information session valuable. And if you'd like to get in touch with me directly, please do. Please email me at allisonross@georgebrown.ca. And that's just that's Allison with 1 L. And I'd be more than happy to set up a call with you to discuss the program, answer any questions you might have, and together we could maybe consider your potential future career path. So that's everything. I hope you have a wonderful day.